मैं जिनी गोगियाचुक स्वागत करती हूँ आपका लॉकडाउन सीरीज विद bodyandstrength.com में। हमेशा की तरह हम आज भी कुछ फिटनेस की इंपॉर्टेंट खबरों के बारे में बात करेंगे और साथ ही कुछ स्टॉलवर्ड्स ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ एक बहुत ही वैलिड और कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन करेंगे, जिससे हम देखते हैं कि हम क्या सॉल्यूशंस निकाल सकते हैं फॉर द फिटनेस इंडस्ट्री पोस्ट कोविड-19 एरा। लॉकडाउन की वजह से फिटनेस एप्स जो कि टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड थी उनमें काफी तेजी आ गई है। बहुत सारी कंपनीज जो ऑलरेडी टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड फिटनेस एप्स चला रही थी उनके काम में उनके लिए ये वक्त बहुत अच्छा साबित हो सकता है और बहुत सारे लोग इसमें अब उतर भी रहे हैं। बहुत सारी कंपनीज फिटनेस एप्स लॉन्च कर रही हैं और जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग एप्स हैं उनको बहुत ज्यादा डाउनलोड किया जा रहा है और उनके यूजर्स और उनकी डिमांड बहुत बढ़ गई है। डेफिनेटली ये एक बहुत अच्छा टाइम है और इस टाइम को अच्छे तरीके से फिटनेस इंडस्ट्री के लिए यूटिलाइज किया जा सकता है। बहुत सारे लोग अब सिर्फ वर्चुअल ट्रेनिंग और बहुत सिर्फ ऑनलाइन गाइडेंस पे ही यकीन कर रहे हैं एंड आई थिंक दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम फॉर द इंडस्ट्री एंड ब्रांड्स टू रीच आउट टू पीपल थ्रू ऑनलाइन प्रमोशंस। Digital and virtual is going to be the next world and that is the world we all have to accept that we will be living in. ये समय एक meaningful technological revolution का है और जितनी जल्दी इस समय को हम अच्छे से अच्छा बेहतरीन तरीके से यूटिलाइज कर सकेंगे और टेक्नोलॉजी को एक मीनिंगफुल तरीके से अपनाएंगे उतना ही ये हमारे लिए अच्छा है। इससे ना तो हम सिर्फ अपनी फिटनेस का ध्यान रख सकते हैं बल्कि अपनी जिंदगी को बेहतरीन भी बना सकते हैं। लॉकडाउन के बाद जिम्स काफी स्टेट्स में खुल रहे हैं, जैसे कि कर्नाटका और इंदौर। हर स्टेट ने अपने अपने न्यू गाइडलाइंस जारी किए हैं, लेकिन क्या ये जरूरी है कि सिर्फ स्टेट्स और गवर्नमेंट ही इस चीज का जिम्मेवारी उठाए? नहीं, हमें खुद जिम्मेवार होना होगा। सब लोग जो जिम जाना चाहते हैं, सारे के सारे जो जिम मेंबर्स हैं, उनकी सेफ्टी अब खुद उनके हाथ में है। अब सिर्फ ये भरोसा या एक दायित्व जिम्स को नहीं दिया जा सकता, क्योंकि बहुत सारे न्यू नॉर्म्स आए हैं जो कि बहुत पहली कंट्रीज में भी लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं, जिसके अंदर अपॉइंटमेंट से आप वहां पे वर्कआउट कर पाएंगे। आपको खुद अपनी सीट या जो भी आप इक्विपमेंट यूज करते हैं उसकी क्लेनलीनेस का ध्यान रखना होगा। एक मिनिमम स्टाफ के साथ वहां पे आप ऑपरेट कर पाएंगे, लेकिन फिर भी ये कितना सेफ है और इसके अंदर हम अपने आप को कितना प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, ये इवेंचुअली हमारे हाथ में है। लॉकडाउन के बाद इन सारी चीजों का ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि अगर हमने इन गाइडलाइंस को फॉलो नहीं किया तो फिर से हो सकता है कि जिम्स काफी समय के लिए बंद कर दिए जाएं और फिर ये जिम्मेवारी हम किसी को भी नहीं दे पाएंगे। इसके रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिर्फ हम खुद होंगे। चलिए अब मैं आपके साथ एक एक्साइटिंग न्यूज शेयर करती हूँ। स्पोर्ट एंड फिटनेस स्किल काउंसिल ने एक नया सेक्टर शुरू किया है, विच इज sportsgrids.com। sportsgrids.com जो है एक ऐसी ऐप या एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जो सिर्फ सारी इंडस्ट्री को एक बांधे ही रखने की जगह नहीं है, बल्कि यहाँ पर वर्चुअल कॉम्पिटिशंस, बहुत सारी ऐसी अनाउंसमेंट्स और बहुत सारी ऐसी एक्साइटिंग चीजें होंगी जिसमें आप पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं। तो मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगी कि आप आज ही इसे डाउनलोड करें। बहुत सारे वर्चुअल कॉम्पिटिशंस हैं जो कि 25, 26, 27 मई को हैं। उसके लिए ऑनलाइन एंट्री अभी ओपन है। ऐसे कॉम्पिटिशंस जिसके अंदर ना ही सिर्फ आपको एक्साइटमेंट रहेगा बल्कि आप बहुत सारे प्राइजेस भी जीत सकते हैं। लॉकडाउन में ऐसी अच्छी खबर और क्या हो सकती है कि आपको कुछ पर्पसफुल और मीनिंगफुल करने को मिल रहा है, जिसमें साथ ही साथ वो आपकी पसंद का भी है और आपकी फिटनेस भी बनी रहेगी। इन फिटनेस चैलेंजेस के बहुत एक्साइटिंग जजेस हैं, मिलिंद सोमन, गोपी चंद जी और ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टॉलवर्ड्स जो कि आपको जज करेंगे और उस जजमेंट के बाद आपको रिजल्ट्स दिए जाएंगे। तो जल्दी कीजिए, देर ना कीजिए और डाउनलोड कीजिए sportsgrid.com। आज हमने बात की फिटनेस के कुछ स्टॉलवर्ड्स से, जो कि थे K11 की सीईओ मिस कल्याणी तिलक कपाड़िया, ओनर ऑफ फिटर विच हैज बीन अ वेरी सक्सेसफुल कंपनी मिस्टर जितेंद्र चौकसी, and owner of Fiternity, which was again an online gym-based app, Mr. Jayam। तीनों ने अपने अपने व्यूज व्यक्त किए कि कैसे वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड एंड ऑनलाइन वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग टू बी द नेक्स्ट वर्ल्ड दैट वी हैव टू सर्वाइव इन, नॉट ओनली फॉर फिटनेस इंडस्ट्री बट ओवरऑल फॉर द वर्ल्ड एंड फॉर एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ। हम तीनों ने हमसे बात की और हमें ये बताया कि कैसे वो नए तरीके से नए स्किल्स के इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं ट्रेनर्स के लिए, कैसे ट्रेनर्स को गाइडेंस दी जा रही है और प्रिपेयर किया जा रहा है ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग सेशंस के लिए, एंड कैसे दैट विल बी द न्यू नॉर्मल लाइफ। तो जल्दी कीजिए, हमारा वेबिनार देखिए, हमें अपने कंस्ट्रक्टिव व्यूज भेजिए, एंड यस, स्टे होम एंड स्टे सेफ।
So let's begin with the webinar. Okay, so I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this webinar. Welcome to the lockdown series, Talks with Jeannie Gogiachuk, presented by bodygainstrength.com. And this is a portal where we are discussing the sustainable solutions and for fitness industry in the COVID era. So I would like to ask a question to each one of you. Obviously, you're free to comment or free to, give a remark, whatever in between. Okay, so we'll begin with Kalyani, ma'am. Ma'am, you have been running K11 since long and being the CEO of K11, which has been one academy which has been training trainers since years. What are the changes and what are the things that you are now observing in your trainers and sending them or preparing them for this era? Because as we say, Corona is here to stay. So how long do you think? Like, what are the changes that you are now updating your trainers with?
So, first of all, when it started in March, everybody was completely clueless when it's going to end, and what's going to be the next step and everything. So, but when the second or the we shut down on 21st. I think 21st March we completely locked down the country,
Okay.
and it was supposed to stay only for 10 days, and then we said, okay, yeah, we will be. Operating within 10 days, it will open up. We didn't understand the gravity of the situation. But on 31st of March, when they extended the lockdown, we, decided to take steps. So we decided to go for a virtual classroom and, prepare our trainers for that, because the education cannot stop. So what we decided is we are going to have an interactive classroom sessions where, so suppose we are using Zoom right now, so we are using Zoom, so you can see 5 people because we have 5 participants.
Okay.
So what we do is we conduct a batch of 25, because at one time on the screen you can see only 25 people. So we do not take more than 25 admission, because we want to keep that face-to-face interaction there for students as well as for us. So if somebody is not sitting in a proper posture, or somebody is lying down and listening to the lecture, the lecturer will point out to him as if he is in the classroom and will tell him to be in a perfect position and listen to the lectures. He will ask him the question, so to check whether the attention is there or not. So that whole classroom feel we want to give it there, and we have started, and we are getting a lot of positive response. The second thing we want to get our trainers to train on, we will be starting the workshop soon, is about how to train people on online platform.
Okay.
So how do you train somebody on the, so a lot of our trainers, students basically, are training the clients online currently. Yes, they are conducting back-to-back sessions. So the people who are going to get certified and getting into the market should know how to handle this aspect of it as well. So that is what we are concentrating on right now.
Okay, and trainers adapt कर रहे हैं इस चीज को. I mean, are they able to, they are easily
So there
adapting
are
to it?
limitations for certain trainers who does not have the ambience at home. So because you need certain kind of setup, you need certain empty space, or if you have to show them
Little bit.
the
Yes.
little bit, but people are adapting. I mean, the students are adapting very well. Certain students have a problem, so if they have a problem, we will speak to them and see to it that they are ready for it.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, my next question is to Jitendra sir. So recently Fitter ने एक survey किया था and which has become very popular and आपके बहुत सारे participants ने and बहुत सारे trainers ने उसके अंदर participate भी किया था. So could you please tell us a little about that survey?
If you're talking about the main reason for getting unfit, is that the survey you're talking about?
Yes, because my second question will be leading from there only, that you did a survey की fitness से related जो आपने किया था.
Right. So the survey was primarily aimed at identifying what are some of the biggest challenges that people face when they are trying to get fit, and we received over 3,600 responses, and out of which I think 1,600 people said that the number one reason was laziness.
Yes.
The second reason was inconsistency, and then lack of information. So these three were the top reasons which came out when we asked people what is the biggest problem for them to get fit.
Okay.
I think it highlights a very common behavior. I think it also highlights the fact that people really need to gear up, especially in times of COVID or otherwise. Lifestyle disorders are definitely on the rise. It's a problem that has been long hidden, and was kept under the wraps, but it's coming out. It's coming out, and people are suddenly realizing the importance of adapting to a good lifestyle.
Right, right. So in this, like when you have already realized that, there are almost 1,600 people who replied that it is laziness. Now when it is the time when essentially online training will be the next big thing, and you were one of the very few people in the country who were far-sighted enough to understand that how much potential does the industry have and how much technology can help, because that is how you have grown, right? And you've strongly always been a strong, you can say, propagator of, that inculcate technology with fitness or any form of any aspect of life constructively. तो इस टाइम पे जब लेजीनेस का इतना ज्यादा या बोर्डम का इतना ज्यादा मतलब माहौल है या लोगों के अंदर है, तो हाउ इफेक्टिव डू यू थिंक ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग विल बी?
So it has to become effective because there's no other option right now. So previously people had a choice. They could go to the gym, they could not go to the gym, they could simply stay at home. But today, if they want to keep their sanity, they have to indulge in some sort of positive activity. If they don't realize that now, they'll start losing peace of their mind within a couple of weeks time. After a while they'll realize, okay, there's no way out. So fortunately or unfortunately, Corona has pushed people to the brink of where they're not left with any choice. They either start indulging themselves into fitness, or there's no good outcome out of it.
Yes, so it's very important to stay physically active and do something productive also. Otherwise, I'm sure the next thing which we are going to face is a lot of mental health issues which have already started rising a lot. Right. Okay. Jayam sir, I wanted to ask you, Fiternity is being, your business model majorly survived on gyms. So now that because of the lockdown, how are you coping with it?
Right. No, I think very valid question. We've always been, an aggregator for offline fitness. But I think if I was to go back to the fundamentals, our business model is to create interaction between consumers and fitness trainers, studios, gyms, right? So I think the thought process was that because one modality of training has ceased because of the lockdown, that does not mean that fitness needs to stop, right? So I think what we've done at our end is that we've worked with our partners to enable versions of fitness which are accessible in today's time. So just giving an example, I think what we did is that we worked with over 1,000 of our studios. So these are everything from a Zumba trainer to a CrossFit studio, etc. To kind of just really help with them, help them with technology, etc. To be able to kind of go online and take those classes virtually. So I think that was step one, and I think it's a very big shift from their comfort zone. And I think what we've realized is that you might be a great trainer offline, but online, for you to replicate the same kind of quality service, there is a different skill set required. So I think kind of a learning curve for us as well as the partners to be able to incorporate this. And I think we're pretty happy with the product that's come out. So yeah, I think it's a move into kind of live classes, group classes that are happening on Zoom calls and other technology assets. And we've also created a do-it-yourself workout series. And see, I think if I was to just look at it very plainly, and I think concurring to what my fellow panelists have said, I think what coronavirus has unfortunately done is that it's kind of divided humankind into two types of people. Either you are young and healthy, and that makes you more immune to the virus, or unfortunately the other segment is people who have comorbidities or they are unhealthy. Now there is no medicine to become young from old, but there's definitely fitness which can make you go from unhealthy to healthy. And I think that sentiment will transcend not only for the next 12 months, but I think for the next decade, in terms of saying that I want to be immune. And India is a country which kind of in a way also runs on triggers. I mean, a lot of times we've seen that while we would want that fitness is always driven by cognizance and wanting to be fit, sometimes it's also driven by triggers like weight loss and getting married and hence wanting to look good, etc. So we just feel that this situation should work as a positive trigger for people to understand that this is and was and always will be the need of the hour. And I think a lot of companies will work in different ways to be able to kind of deliver fitness. So I think that's what our thought process here is.
Right. In fact, you know what all you have said is very valid, and this has given me to two made me ask two questions. One for Jitendra sir and one for Kalyani ma'am. Ma'am, as you said, a new skill set is required to become an online trainer, right? And is K11 taking any such steps, or have you made the changes in your the existing modalities कि आप online training के लिए expert अपने trainers को करें, and will they all, like you just said कि everybody doesn't have that kind of an एटमॉस्फेयर, हर किसी के पास वैसा माहौल नहीं है, तो अभी वो कितने अडेप्टिव हैं और आपने ये चेंजेस किए हैं कि उनको ऑनलाइन के लिए एक पर्टिकुलर स्किल सेट चाहिए, क्योंकि हम सामने जब होते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ देयर इज अ ट्रेनर यू नो हु इज ट्रेनिंग मी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, he will understand I'm looking here, I'm looking there, I want to do it, he will push me, maybe he will even try to say this and that. Here it is just out of control, you know, it is, you are not physically present in front of the person might get irritated, you know, and if you generally people are not very even tempered either, उसके अंदर कोई बोले आप कर क्यों नहीं रहे हो, या you know any kind of reaction, how to deal with that, are you taking care of all these things also?
Firstly, I would like to say, so you know, a lot of the trainers, a lot of the students have been training the clients online, because when their clients are traveling, and so they train a lot of businessmen or actors, or you know, a lot of people who are high-profile clients who keeps traveling. So a lot of the students have been used to doing this trainings online when the clients are traveling, or watching their videos and sending them the feedback, and you know, getting the video back. So more of it is becoming a virtual, it's kind of a virtual training rather than, you know, video exchange right now. So most of them are comfortable, and most of them are used to do it, so the frequency is increased, is what I would say. The second I would like to say is, there are certain trainers who command respect from their clients. Okay, so when they were training offline, in the gym or at their home, and after the corona it started, they said, okay, let's start the workout on virtual platform, and they started using it, and they shifted in a bit. But there are certain trainers who doesn't command that respect from their clients. You know, they do what the client wants, and the client really doesn't enjoy the training. And now when they told the client कि let's go on the online platform, the client is saying नहीं आज नहीं करते, कल करते, आज ये नहीं है, वो नहीं
Slightly
है.
like
So
cycle.
that is something that depends on you as a kind of a trainer you are, whether you are listening to your client and doing everything he wants, or whether you are doing what you should do as a trainer and commanding that respect. So that is the first skill set which is basically required for the trainer to be a good trainer, and to be a trainer who can be respected amongst their clients, right? Once you have that, shifting onto the platform is very easy. We haven't conducted any training as such, but we will, in Kaizat conducts the PA, principal address, to every new batch that is starting. Or you know, once this whole corona thing started, we also conducted the principal address for all our students, and Kaizat explains them how to basically conduct this training in front of the the
New
computer.
group or a new kind of client or even, yeah.
What you should do, what you should not do, what are your professional ethics that you should follow, how you should be dressed. So we update them about how you should be dressed when you come to the school, virtual school, and he's in his principal address also getting them ready for conduct this online sessions as well. And now we are going to start the workshop series. The faculties are still working on it for completely, which will be on training, what things you can use. So suppose all the clients are not going to have a ready-made gym at their place, right? So what you can use, you can use a cylinder, you can use all the innovative things,
products that can be used for weight training.
What all things you can use at your home, and make the training productive for them. So that's what we are working on. So the workshop series will be launched very soon.
Okay, all right, very well said, ma'am. Jitendra sir, have you laid out any new guidelines or any changes in the already existing system for the coaches who are associated with FITTER? Like any new guidelines related to how they should operate in lockdown and post COVID also, because how long it is here to stay, nobody knows. Maybe another year, 1.5 years. Fortunately, unfortunately, जबरदस्ती सही, but ये new life, एक नई world जिसमें हम उठ रहे, हमें इसको accept करना ही पड़ेगा. If we have to survive, everybody has to, make that change and accept that change. And the earlier and easier they do it, better it is. So, have you made any changes in in the coaches who are associated with Fitter and the kind of guidelines that you have for your coaches?
In regards to training and how we typically approach the client, because we've been doing it for the last 4.5 years, so
Yeah.
there wasn't a shift in that because we were already doing it. But post the whole COVID situation, evolved, we realized that it is not just going to be physical problems that the clients are going to face. They are also going to have a lot of mental issues, and it would be really difficult for them to continue to remain sane and focus on their physical workouts when they are actually losing their jobs and near and dear ones because of corona. And it is actually happening out there. In fact, a few days back I got a news that one of our client actually suffered because of corona, and he just passed away, and he had an entire family enrolled under Fitter, and he was a 60-year-old guy. So these things are happening, and it's really, really difficult to convince people to that do not look at the negative side and stay positive. So I think that is something which the coaches have understood. That is something which has been hammered on them again and again, that please be more compassionate, please be more caring, and just make sure that you keep a positive outlook, and tell people also to keep a positive outlook, because things are not going to get better if we just delve into negativity and the whole realm of what could go wrong. We have to always keep a positive attitude and go towards that. So I think this, apart from the fact that we are making technology more and more uh, uh, advanced, so that the distance between two people becomes lesser and lesser. I mean, technology is just a medium. The idea is how can you maximize the human contact, and that's what we are trying to achieve.
Okay, right. Very well said. Okay,
Can
so
I
now,
Ginny, because it just come to my mind. So suppose post Corona, once the gym starts, there is going to be very limited people in the gym. So there is going to be a restriction. They might make the slots, and they say, okay, you will have to register for the slots. So
Right.
might the regularity of the clients would increase, because it's not whenever you want to go now. It's by appointment, by a schedule. So normally, when you know that there are going to be restrictions on your workouts, and you're not having an entire day, but you got that 1 hour only that you can go to the gym because there is a restriction, maybe the regularity of the clients would increase more, and that would benefit the trainers too, because then the cancellations may reduce.
Right. In fact, this was my next question from Jayam sir. कि अब नए guidelines आएंगे जिम खुलने के बाद. Different states will have different guidelines, and of course, people also have to be equally responsible, because it is not only the health of their own self, but the others also, which will be affected if they are careless. So आपने जिन भी gyms के साथ आपका association है, all those partners who are there with you, have you discussed with them, or have they approached you about the new guidelines and how Fraternity can help them create those slots and those appointments, and how successfully will it work?
Right now, I think very valid question there. I think what we've looked at it is that I think there are two things that are needed for a gym to reopen. Whether that reopening will be successful is something that we have to see. But I think from our end, there are two things. One is in terms of SOPs, from a social distancing point of view, in terms of what to do per square feet per consumer, etc. So we've actually worked with a group of gyms, chains in India, as well as kind of taken a cue from our colleagues or counterparts in countries where gyms have already opened. For example, Germany, Hong Kong, etc. So I think based on those guidelines, we have created an SOP, which is I think now being passed on from, say, a top gym to even I would say what I meant is say for example a chain or a premier gym to maybe a gym in a small city which would earlier not have access to these guidelines. So our idea is that we take this to the 25,000 gyms that we are directly or indirectly connected with. And I think the second thing that we are doing is from a technology point of view, very similar to what Kalyani ma'am said, is that we are actually creating a software which will enable reservation of slots. So you would not want a situation where today, normally the way gym business used to work, 60-70% of the concentration used to be in the peak hours, but that's not going to be possible, right? So evenly dividing the hours, access to your ability to know how many people are going to the gym at that point, book a session, I think these are things that we are working on, which were actually a core to Fraternity and our users, but now we are extending it to every gym that we work with, and to those who we don't also work with. And I think just my perspective over here, and I might be completely wrong. See, I think earlier we used to make business models for the next 1 year, for the next 3 years. I think from a COVID point of view, we should not think too far. That's my point of view. Because I think in March we did not know what was going to happen in April. So I think whatever we do should be done for the next 3 months. And I think there have been a lot of people who said that even have come to us and said that why don't you move completely virtual? Physical is not going to be the way forward. I think I don't have a bias towards virtual or offline fitness. I think it's just too early to predict anything, and hence I think we should kind of evolve with time, work on models or as well as technology and innovation that is required for the next 3 months. See how that goes and move forward. That would be my plain perspective.
Right, right. Very well said. Very well said. Jitendra, so would you like to add on to this, that live in the present and don't be much prepared? In fact, just think about the next 3 months. And 10th March, nobody knew probably that the world would come in a lockdown, right? You have any words to add to this?
I think fair point. Of course, you cannot predict what's going to happen, but you always have different scenarios running in your head. Most of the people tend to prepare for slightly longer durations, and then they work on a plan accordingly. So, for example, if we were to working, we'd probably prepare for a 5-year long plan. And of course, when we are looking at sustainability, we'd probably look at probably next to 3 to 6 months. But that does not underestimate the need for a long-term plan. And the way Fitter has been working, evolving over the last few years, I think you've been a witness to that. And that only happens when you have a long-term plan into place. We took a cue when the food business was moving online, and we realized that when more people are ordering food online, that simply hints at a simple fact that if people love eating food and that they are not even going to their favorite restaurants by walking there, how likely are they going to go to the gym and break a sweat there? And what percentage of people will actually go there? So see, the world we are moving towards, whether we like it or not, is virtual. And that's what the entire world is moving towards. AR, VR are already coming up with time. So the whole world is getting ready for that. Whether we agree to that or don't agree, that's again, individual perspective. But personally, I feel that the world is moving more and more towards virtual, and one must be prepared in either case.
Right. And this is a question to all three of you, like how successfully do you think India in the present scenario would be able to adapt to this virtual world, looking at looking at the rural urban population, the age and the economic disparity that India has? How successful would we be, and how early do you think will we be able to adapt to this virtual move, this complete shift from a real to a virtual world? Of course, the acceptance will be tough. You can't replace human touch ever, but that is what it is. It's for saving your own life, right? And so how effective and how soon do you think India would be able to take that leap?
I don't know about India, but whoever we are dealing with right now, we have students from all parts of India basically, so they have adapted very easily. Okay, we adapted very easily towards virtual training when there was no other option. We still believe in brick and mortar schools. We would continue to do that, but once the complete country opens up, the world opens up, we will continue to do this virtual classrooms, where we will have students in front of us as well as the students on the screen which cannot reach K11 school. So the adaptation for us or the students whom we are training right now was pretty easy. Initially, students did have some hesitations about the virtual classroom. And when we conducted the principal address and 1 or 2 lectures, they all are feeling very comfortable. They are saving time to travel. They are saving, the cost that they used to spend to come to our schools and spend the money. So they have adapted it very well, and I think India will adapt too. But there are certain, I think limitations on how much you can go virtual. I miss my office. I miss my workplace. So as a lot of people. So if somebody says continue work from home for next 1 year, I will put my hands up and say no, let me go to the office.
Okay, and Jitendra, for you? You
No,
miss being
I completely agree. We miss going to office. In fact, now our employees who've been working from home for almost 2 months now, they have been complaining. They are saying, "Sir, we want to come back to office and work from there." But sometimes you don't have a choice, right? The coronavirus has left us with no choice, and I don't see why would be opening the office for the next few months, because again, being in the fitness profession, we don't want to risk anybody's health, and all it takes is just one bad incident. So again, this is an unforeseeable situation. Now we are having a Zoom meeting. I don't remember anybody being comfortable with Zoom meetings previously, but now we are. And so I think human beings, we are amazingly resilient. When it comes to adapting to bad situations. Before 2000, people wondered if people would be able to adapt to mobile phones. But if you go to every corner of this country, you have every guy, uploading their TikTok videos. So we are already living in a virtual world.
Yes.
It's just that certain services or certain aspects which are completely brick and mortar, I think we have to find that creativity to be able to realize them in a virtual world. As long as that's happening, I don't see any restriction in terms of the transition.
Right. So, Jayam sir, would you like to add to this? Because obviously this fascinates me. This resilience of humanity and their adaptability. Like first, for example, when demonetization came, it was like a big, oh my God, what happened? Within 1 hour, you had all kinds of jokes on WhatsApp. Everybody doing everything with the notes of 500 rupees and 1,000. So this is something which amazes me about humans. Something happens and it takes them a few minutes. Of course, they feel jeopardized, but then they adapt to it. Maybe practically this way or that way, or this is the only way out. Maybe, to keep themselves light or whatever, they're okay to live with it. But preparing for it and fighting it and then surviving is altogether a different game. Right. So, Jayam sir, I'd like you to say something and then I'd like to give the conclusion.
No, I think completely, as what I completely concur to what my co-panelists say. And I think a very simple point, I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for the amount of adaptation that we are capable of. And I think for me, a simple example of this was that my grandmother is not very well versed with technology, very reluctant to use a mobile phone, etc. But now she's playing Housey and Ludo online, right? And
Wow.
and yeah, maybe 2 months back she wouldn't want to, but now she is.
She would be
She
hating
can
the
adapt.
She doesn't have any choice now.
Exactly, and I think and pick up within a day, right? Because I think that drive is there to pick up.
Human adapts well when they have left with no choice.
Actually, that actually shows that we work better under stress. When we have left with no choice, that is the only time that we will actually move and do something. Right. So it's been wonderful having all of you here, and I think very constructively we have discussed this, that virtual world and online world for the trainers and for the gyms is going to be the world, whether Corona stays or it goes. But this is something which we will prepare and definitely prepare. It has prepared us for the better. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us on this platform. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye,
meeting
Jen.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
जैसा कि आपने देखा, इस वेबिनार में हमने बात की मिस कल्याणी से, जो है सीईओ ऑफ K11, मिस्टर जितेंद्र चौकसी, ओनर ऑफ फिटर, एंड मिस्टर जयम, ओनर ऑफ फिटर्निटी। तीनों ही अपनी अपनी एसोसिएशंस को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से चला रहे हैं, और हमने उनसे डिस्कस किया कि कैसे ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग, एक नया स्किल सेट का इंट्रोडक्शन, और कैसे ट्रेनर्स को अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा इस नए तरीके के लिए, इस नई जिंदगी के लिए। फिटनेस बहुत जरूरी बनता जा रहा है, शुरू से ही था, सबके लिए था, लेकिन डेफिनेटली इसकी परसेंटेज बढ़ रही है। जहां पहले घर में शायद एक जना फिजिकली एक्टिव रहता था और एक जना जिम जाता था, अब उसी घर के चारों मेंबर या एटलीस्ट मोर देन 50% ऑफ द फैमिली फिटनेस की तरफ जागरूक हो रहे हैं और अपनी इम्यूनिटी की तरफ ध्यान दे रहे हैं। हमारी इंडस्ट्री के लिए ये एक बहुत पॉजिटिव साइन है, एंड डेफिनेटली टुगेदर अगर हम सॉलिडरिटी मेंटेन करते हैं, we will emerge stronger, and there is a lot of hope for this industry. Thank you so much.